Alright y'all, I'm outside filming. So right now it's 2:20 a.m. So I'm gonna turn this light on for just a minute so you can see me. Alright, so I'm actually up on my roof filming. So I got a game camera pointing to the east. I got another one pointing to the southeast. And I got my night vision binoculars sitting there filming in between them. And I'm gonna film with the thermal camera if I can get it connected. I have a hard time connecting it when I'm this close to Wi-Fi and internet. When I'm out in the woods, I don't have no signal out there, so it connects instantly. So if I can get it to connect to my phone, I'll be filming with the thermal camera. Alright, so I'm gonna let the camcorder sit back here and film just a little. Just to use for background for the video here now. And whatever I find or come across on my footage, then I'll add it in here. So this will take a little while to go through all this and put it together. Alright. But I've been wanting to do this because every once in a while I film outside at night, and I've shown that a little bit, or some of it. So anyway, my friend Joey Bruce, he'll take pictures outside sometimes at his house, and he'll catch stuff. He'll catch UFOs or orbs over his house. So check out his channel, Florida Lone Wolf. I'll put the description in here too in this. And then also my friend Dave Knuckles, he made a suggestion recently. And Dave, I got a couple more things I'm gonna do too that you suggested. It'll take some time to get to them, but now I'm out here filming from 2 a.m. to 4 a.m. I'm filming the skies from 2 a.m. to 4 a.m. Alright, I wanted to show y'all. It's right at 2 o'clock now, 2 a.m. Look, it's still 76 degrees right now. So some of this video is pretty dark. Filming at night like this, you're going to have a lot of darkness. So I add as much light stuff as I can in here and try to make it to where you can see it the best you can. So it's going to be better off watched. A good part of this video is going to be better off watched in the dark, or a dark room, maybe with the shades pulled down or closed, lights turned off so you don't have any glare on the TV. Alright, Tim T in Florida is fixing to show you some things about the light spectrum. Some things we can see, some things we cannot see. Things we can see with our eyes, things we cannot see with our eyes. So I'm fixing to show you some things we cannot see with our eyes. I've never seen these with my eyes before. I've never caught them on the camcorder, I've never caught them on the GoPro. But I catch them all the time with infrared cameras. Alright, so I'm going to set the camera back here and film a little bit, and I'm going to turn this light off. And then I'll just, I'm going to try to connect the thermal camera to my phone app. So I have two game cameras up here taking photos. So they're spread out. So one's facing the east and one's facing the southeast. So I might have a little bit of overlap. So if I see something, catch something here in the sky, I might have a little overlap on these. Might be able to see it on both of them. Alright, game cameras and night vision binoculars. So I caught these on two different game cameras using the infrared at night here, and also the The night vision binoculars caught them using infrared. Alright, so these were a cylinder shape object. No kind of wings on it. I've caught them moving upwards, and I've caught them moving downwards, and I've caught them moving across. So a lot of this I talk about quantum physics, the light spectrum. It has a lot to do with the energy, the vibrations, and the frequencies. Alright, so I turned on the infrared on the night vision, and I got it pointing towards the east in between the two game cameras. Alright, so these stick-looking bugs with wings, they can only be seen with infrared. I've never caught them on the GoPro, the camcorder, any other cameras like that, except for ones that have infrared. Alright, so these cylinder-shaped objects here, I only catch them with infrared. I am only catching these with the infrared cameras. The night vision camera, the night vision binoculars, and the game cameras using infrared. So what you're hearing here, I got Faraday cloth. So I'm trying to block any kind of Wi-Fi signal so my phone will connect. So you can hear a lot of background noise too because I'm at home. I'm at home filming. And this is actually making a really good platform here to be up, so I'm not filming the wires. You're not seeing all the electrical wires out front, just being out in the front yard. Okay, I got the thermal camera connected. Okay, I got the thermal camera connected. Alright, so I'll move the thermal camera around a little bit here and there. Alright, so right now I got it set where it's filming right over the top of the trees over there. So that's kind of southeast a little. It's facing the same direction as the one thermal camera. I mean the one game camera on my right. It's facing southeast. Alright, so I used the thermal camera too. The thermal camera did not catch these. They're not giving off heat. So the thermal camera, I've caught bugs on thermal camera. I've caught dragonflies on it. Birds will always show up as black heat. None of these here, these stick-looking bugs, or these cylinders flying around. None of them were giving off heat. Alright, so again, I'm filming the skies here at my house. 2 a.m. to 4 a.m. Alright, so I want to show y'all this. This is where I was sitting right here on the roof. And then there's the trees. That's the tree line right in the back of our house, facing the south. And then here's the trees facing the east over here. So I was filming right over top of most of all these trees right there, to the east and then to the southeast and to the south. So that's where I was sitting up there. That made a really nice area to sit and to be able to film the skies real good. And to not have these power lines in the way. Alright, so again, I'm filming the skies here at my house. 2 a.m. to 4 a.m. So it's getting close to a full moon. But right now the moon is back behind the trees. So I'm getting light from the light out front. out there on the pole. I'm not getting any light from the moon because it's back behind the trees already. Alright, so the thermal I'm going to move around a little. Alright, I got the thermal facing to the east now. So I'm filming towards the east and the southeast because there's a lot more open sky. Because to my west, I got trees back behind me here. And then to the north, we got the electrical lines out front there. So I'm using my roof here as a platform to be able to sit here and film the skies out here. So I'll even be able to come out here and do this again sometime. This makes a real nice platform here to sit up on. So I'm looking too with my eyes, looking all around in the skies. So I'm filming towards the east and the southeast because there's a lot more open sky. Just to my west, I got trees back behind me here. And then to the north, we got the electrical lines out front there. So I'm using my roof here as a platform to be able to sit here and film the skies out here. So I'll even be able to come out here and do this again sometime. This makes a real nice platform here to sit up on. Alright, something I want to do is show y'all I got my tape measure out. Because a lot of times those stick bugs, I'm catching them while I'm standing on the ground filming. So I catch them anywhere from about 5 foot up to 8 foot, somewhere around there, maybe somewhere in that distance, flying by. So these ones I caught flying over the house. Let's take and measure how high my house is, and then I'll get up there and measure and see about how high the stick bugs were when they were flying over. Alright, so this first peak right here, that's 10 foot to my flag. So 10 foot forward of that first peak. That other peak's higher. that other peak's a couple of feet higher. So that's a good 12 foot to the top peak there. Alright, so let's get up there and have a look. Alright, so I got the camera facing where the sun's not right in it there. So pretty much what I want to show you is I had the camcorder right back in here somewhere when I was filming. So from what I'm measuring here, those stick bucks would have been another 8 foot to 10 foot up off of my roof. So that's like about 22 foot up in the air. So with measuring up, so the peak of my roof is, the highest peak right there is about 12 foot, a little over 12 foot. And then the stick bucks would have been another 10 foot or so up above that. So I figured they're flying in between trees, like tree to tree maybe, is about what I'm figuring. It's really hard to tell with them, because you can't actually see them with your eyes. So I just wanted to get a quick measurement there too, and add that in here. So they were about 22 foot up in the air, somewhere in there, 20 to 25 foot maybe, up off the ground. When I'm out in the woods, I'm filming them anywhere from like 5 to 10 foot up off the ground. Alright, so we're going to do something else here too. So let's get another measurement. So I'm going to fly the drone up here, and we'll get a height measurement with the drone. So what I'm doing here is getting the drone set up about where I had the camcorder. Alright, so while I'm making this video, putting this video together, I'm going through the footage here as I'm putting it together. So the thermal camera, so far the thermal camera's not picking up the wing, the stick bugs with the wings. It's not picking those up. It's not picking up those cylinder shaped things that are moving up and moving down and moving across. It's not picking those up. You can tell those are not bugs. Bugs don't go straight up and straight down like that. So the thermal camera's not catching it because they're not giving off heat. Alright, so I was using the drone to get some measurements. Alright, so the things I'm talking about is the light spectrum. So this is just one book you can get to learn a little bit about the light spectrum. So I'm going to show you something. So this is one of the books that I read on the on quantum physics. It'll give you a basic idea of what's going on, and this one covers the light quite a bit. So I also want to show you this. I use this graph here, this diagram. I use that quite often. We see less than 1% of light. We see less than 1%. The visible spectrum that we see are the colors that we see, like in the rainbow colors. Alright, so we don't see ultraviolet. A lot of the animals and the birds can see ultraviolet. And then the X-rays and V-rays, we don't see none of that. Alright, and then on the other side of the spectrum, we have the infrared. So that's what I'm using up here with the cameras at night, the infrared. Alright, and then you have the microwave currents. And then you have the AM and FM, the AM and FM radio frequencies. So when you're in your car and you're listening to the radio, that's what you're picking up. You're picking up light that's coming through to the radio. That's light, and you're hearing it on the AM and FM radio stations. And then after that, there's long radio waves. So that's just one. That's one of the diagrams I like to use. That shows it pretty good. All right, so with us only being able to see a small amount like that of light, there's other things here around us that we cannot see. So that's what I'm showing you here, like this, the stick bug with the wings out here flying around. So I'm catching them on the ground. When I'm on the ground filming, I'm catching them anywhere from like 5 to 10 foot flying. So up here on my roof, I'm catching them somewhere around 22 foot, 25 foot, catching them flying across. And I just kind of speculate that they're going maybe from tree to tree. But, I mean, the trees are even a lot higher than the 25 foot, so maybe that's what they're doing, going tree to tree. But we can't see them. I've never caught one on camera other than the infrared. I catch them on infrared all the time. So I just thought it was odd that I'm catching them even flying over my house. So I'm catching them in the woods all the time. So now I see that they're everywhere. Those things are everywhere. I'm even catching them flying over my house. And we can't see them with our eyes. Alright, so as I'm putting this video together, I'm going to keep going through my footage here. I got some to show you from my second game camera. That camera only took a few pictures. So I got to go through the menu and see what I did different on that one. See if I set it different somehow. Because it should have took a lot of pictures just like the first one. Alright, so then I got more footage to go through with the night vision binoculars and the thermal camera too. And keep going through the game camera photos. So coming up in the next video, I'll show you, I'll keep showing you more. And then also I want to talk about the boogosphere. That the boogosphere, or the bet sphere, I'm I'm going to talk about that some too and show you that. That's something that I've been catching too on the with the IR, with the infrared, and also with the thermal, giving off heat. Alright, so I'm going to talk about that some more too. But for most of the time we cannot see that with our eyes. I think the World War II veterans, the pilots were seeing those. They were seeing those with their eyes. The Foo Fighters. They named them the Foo Fighters. So the German pilots were seeing them, thinking it was something we were using. The American pilots were seeing them, thinking it was something the Germans were using. So I'm going to talk about that too more and show you some more footage from that. And I'll keep going through my footage here and see what else we get, see what else we find on here. From 2 a.m. to 4 a.m. in the morning. Alright. So I'm looking too with my eyes. Looking all around in the sky. So another thing too, I'm not doing the CE5 right now, but I'll be doing that later in upcoming videos. Alright, so I'm going to take the thermal. So there's my game camera. There's my game camera facing the southeast. So I'm going to go behind it. So I'm facing back to the south now. Quantum physics is a young branch of physics, which is just over 100 years old, so it's pretty young. In classical physics, we're concerned with the nature and behavior of big things. The planets, the stars, planes, trains, automobiles. So that's the physics of Newton. The physics of the visible and tangible world, the visible and tangible world around us. So when we put down our telescopes and begin to observe the world of the very small, however, we enter into the realm of quantum physics, the world where particles can pop in and out of existence. Particles can exist in multiple states at once, and Newton's laws from the classical physics break down completely. And Newton's laws from the classical physics break down completely. So its goal is to define and describe the properties and behavior of nature's basic building blocks. Alright, so since I'm talking about things that we cannot see with our eyes, I wanted to read this little part right here to you, tell you about this. So this is a young British physicist named Paul Dirac. Alright, so he, in 1933, he won the Nobel Prize. Alright, so before that, in 1927, he published a paper, The Quantum Theory of the Emission and Absorption of Radiation. He proposed that photons are not just quantized particles of light, they are also quanta of an electromagnetic field, which is produced by the electromagnetic force, and that these photons are actually vibrations that carry the electromagnetic force. From there, he made an astonishing leap and proposed that all particles, including those with mass and not just photons, are nothing more than localized vibrations in a quantum field, and that these fields exist everywhere around us. So he did a paper on this and had it published. and these quantum fields are everywhere around us, even though we can't see them. So his quantum field theory of electromagnetic radiation was another lightning flash of brilliance in the journey toward a theory of everything that forced physicists to consider an incredibly new and exciting possibility. What if every force, not just the electromagnetic force, is composed of quantized fields? And what if these forces are carried by particles, which are really just vibrations in those quantum fields? And matter particles with mass, what if they're just vibrations in quantum fields too? So talking about energy, frequencies, vibrations, here's some more right here. Alright, so here's a couple more things on quantum physics that I want to add into this video. So talking about quantum physics, this science has revealed a whole new aspect of reality, one not directly observable with the human eye and senses alone. This new universe is one of radical uncertainty and pure energy. It contradicts our common sense, yet it is the most comprehensive and successful theory in all of science. Modern technology, such as computers, lasers, transistors, are based on quantum physics since it was first discovered. Alright, the quantum physical world is very different from our everyday world. It is a strange universe where particles can be in two places at once, and objects can disappear and reappear in a new place without having traveled there in between. Alright, I'm going to land the drone. Alright, so I hope doing these videos like this spark a little interest for you to check out the quantum physics a little bit, get an understanding of it, and the light spectrum, to understand a little bit about the light spectrum and what we can see and what we cannot see. Alright, so I'm going to start working on video number 2.